Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the full council meeting of Weymouth Town Council on Wednesday, the 13th of May. The first item on the agenda will be introduced by our town clerk.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So the first item of business on the agenda is the election of the mayor for the coming year. And this item will be chaired by Councillor Caroline Nickinson as the outgoing mayor. Following the vote, further items and the rest of the agenda will be chaired by the new mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. So please could I ask for nominations of mayor for the year 26-27. Councillor Hope.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone, and I'd like to begin first of all, if I may, by giving thanks to our outgoing mayor, Councillor Caroline Nickinson, for her service, dedication and commitment to Weymouth during her term of office. On behalf of the council and our community, thank you for your time, energy and the pride you have brought to the role. It gives me great pleasure to stand here this evening and nominate Councillor David Harris for the role of Mayor of Weymouth Town Council for the forthcoming year. I have personally known David for over 20 years now, and during that time I've come to know him not only as a dedicated councillor, but as a genuine, decent, hard-working and community-minded person. David's commitment to public service is excessive. He served as a local councillor continuously since 1993, with the exception of just 1 year, and that 1 year is why I'm actually here. Yeah, he first represented Western North on Weymouth and Portland Borough Council, serving the community with dedication right through until becoming mayor of the Weymouth and Portland Borough Council back in 2006. Quite ironic, it's 26 this year, David. Following a period of illness, rather than stepping away from public life, David continued his commitment to local people by successfully contesting the Dorset County Council elections in 2008, representing the Western West and Western North wards, which was then in the borough, as the Western Division. He continued serving residents there until the government reorganisation in 2019. In 2019, David was elected to Weymouth Town Council, where until this evening, he served as leader of the council. During that time, he's been instrumental in helping establish and get the new council up and running, following the local government reorganisation. His experience, steady leadership and commitment helped guide the authority through these important formative years. Throughout his years in local government, David has taken on significant responsibility, including as the chairman of the Audit and Governance Committee back in the old DC, a role requiring fairness, integrity and trust across political groups. Away from council life, David is a devoted family man, married to his wife Jenny, with 2 grown-up children and many grandchildren, and I believe now great-grandchildren.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite. Maybe they haven't told you. Outside of politics, he enjoys gardening and walking, passions which reflect his grounded and thoughtful nature. David brings decades of experience, a deep understanding of our community, and a genuine passion for Weymouth and the people who live in. I can think of nobody more deserving of the honour of serving as Mayor of Weymouth. It is therefore my great privilege to formally nominate Councillor David Harris as the Mayor of Weymouth Town Council. Thank you.
May I have a seconder? Councillor Joe Taylor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It is my pleasure to second the nomination of Councillor David Harris for the position of Mayor for the forthcoming year. David has demonstrated a deep commitment to Weymouth through his tireless work over the years on the council and his active involvement in the community. He brings sound judgment and genuine concern for the well-being of all who live and work here. Throughout his time as a councillor, David has shown the ability to listen carefully, work collaboratively, and represent the town, Weymouth Town, with dignity and respect. These qualities are essential in a mayor who serves not only as the chair of the council, but as an ambassador for our community. I am confident that David will carry out the duties of mayor with fairness, professionalism, and dedication, and will uphold the best traditions of this council. It is therefore with great confidence and pleasure that I second Councillor David Harris as Mayor of Weymouth for the forthcoming year. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for the post of mayor? Then we'll return to the vote. Could I please, it's been proposed by councillor Hope and seconded by councillor Jill Taylor that councillor David Harris be mayor for the forthcoming year. All those in favour? That is unanimous. So congratulations.
Very much indeed.
So we will now retire.
Oh, right.
You are in that too.
Where's the book in there?
Look, the book is here and you have an agenda before you.
I, David Harris, having been elected to the office of Chairman of Weymouth Town Council, declare that I take this office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code of the conduct which is expected of members of Weymouth Town Council. And I'd certainly like to thank my opposer and seconder for those very kind words they made. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Why don't you in one road associated with meetings? Well, Councillor David Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. Right. My first duty is to elect a deputy mayor. I got nomination, please. Councillor O'Leary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and congratulations on your election. I'd just like to say a few more later on in your town mayor's announcements about Councillor Nicholson, but I would like to make the nomination of Councillor Peter Dickinson for the office of deputy mayor. I've known Councillor Dickinson so long, when we first met, I had a full head of hair. So I was a first-time candidate, so did that Councillor Furman. I first met Councillor Dickinson in 2019 when we were both running for election for the first time, albeit at different ages. I was very lucky, along with Councillor Ferrari, our colleague, who've been very proud tonight to see if he is elected, Councillor Dickinson elected to this post. Was elected in 2019 and Pete sadly wasn't at the time. But unlike some, Pete didn't just give up, he carried on and then was elected in 2021 to replace our former colleague and good friend, Councillor David Mannings. Since then, Pete has been a dedicated ward councillor, a good friend to me, and someone who has to put up with me, more so sometimes than his own good lady, because I can be quite difficult sometimes, which some of you might find surprising. But he has proven since being elected to be a dedicated ward member, a community man through and through. So I'm very, very happy to nominate him for the position of deputy mayor this evening. And I believe I have a seconder in now. Thank you.
Who would like to second that? Councillor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. It's my pleasure to second this nomination. I haven't known Councillor Dickinson for so long, although I was going to say we're on an age, but that's being insulting to him. But I'm sure he will serve as a wonderful support to you through your mayoral year and will do the town proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would echo those words. I'm looking forward to having Peter as my deputy. Any other nomination? In which case, can I put to the vote that we support Councillor Peter Dickinson as the deputy mayor? All those in favour, please show it. That's unanimous. Well done. Thank you, Peter. If you'd like to swap places with the son. Or you've got to swear in as well, have you?
Yes, just got to. We can, you can do it at the front.
I, Councillor Peter Dickinson, having been elected to the office of Deputy Chair of Weymouth Town Council, declare that I take office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code of the conduct which is expected of members of Weymouth Town Council. Thank you very much, colleagues, and I hope I serve our mayor well. Thank you very much, Foster. Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on to the next business, apologies for absence. We've received apologies from Councillor Young. Councillor Dickens as well. Is everyone happy to accept those apologies? Can I propose that we accept those apologies?
I'll second.
Thank you. Can we go back to lunch, please? That has been agreed. Declarations of interest. Anyone got any declarations of interest they'd like to tonight? The rest of this agenda?
So we've had none pre-noted by chair and no dispensations have been sought for this meeting.
Very much. Minutes of the last meeting, which were of course quite short minutes. Have we got any questions about those? Or can I assume that they can be taken as accurate? Or I propose that they are an accurate version, and we'd like to second that.
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Peter. Put that to the vote. Are we all accepting those minutes as accurate? Thank you very much. Councillor questions and statement, item 6.
So we've had no questions free now.
Are there any questions from the floor? A very short answer for her. Okay, thank you very much. Moving on then to town mayor's announcements. Now, this is going to be a bit strange mixture, but obviously, first of all, we'd like to say thank you very much to Caroline for the work that she did as mayor. And I know that the group leaders would, well, Ryan's already said thank you very much on behalf of the Lib Dems, but Councillor O'Leary, would you like to say thank you on behalf of your party?
Very brief, I nominated Caroline last year and I did so without any doubts in her ability to carry out the role to the utmost ability. And I think in the past years, she's done the role with grace and with decorum and in a non-political manner to the utmost. So I'm very, very pleased that she didn't let me down, but you never do that. And I'd like to say thank you very much to your service for the town. You've been absolutely wonderful. And Mr. Mayor, she's a tough act to follow.
You will be. Thank you. And Councillor Kate Weller.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Caroline, as your term of office comes to an end, I personally, and on behalf of the Labour Group, would like to offer our thanks to you. You've been an exemplary first citizen and ambassador for the council and the town across both town and the county. Your commitment and diligence have been evident in all you have done. I'm sure you have found it tiring at times and yes, difficult at times, but you have retained a smile and given a friendly word, whether you've been on duty or not. I will say well done, although I know you have loved every minute of it. I know only too well that having Richard by your side will have been a huge support. Consort's job is not just to carry your bag or even to strew flowers in your path, which my husband always claimed he did. I never actually noticed, but he did claim it. He's invaluable in so many other ways, making sure you're on time and in the right place, protecting you from unwanted attention, moving you on to where you should be, and when you have to greet a lot of people, helping you to remember names, and so much more. Not least of which is making sure the lights are on in the house when you return home late at night, and there is food ready if it's needed. So our thanks to you, Richard, as well, for your year in office. It's been appreciated by all of us, and your chaplain as well. Very, very many thanks to you for the wonderful way in which you've conducted our civic services. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Glenarrow.
So on behalf of the Green Group, I'd like to pay tribute and thanks for your year of office. It's a great privilege to serve as mayor and you've done us proud. And I was particularly impressed by your chosen charity. Something you've worked for in the past and carried on during your mayoral year. I know from my working life, what is a tremendous difference hospice makes to people in their final weeks and days of life. So thank you for all your work on behalf of terminally ill people and your role as mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to just add one or two words of my own. I know you were thrown in at the deep end after only a year on the council, Caroline, and that must have been quite a shock for you. So you survived that very well indeed. You've had real enthusiasm for the role, you've had a range of engagement, you're always cheerful in the actual work that you're doing and any activity that you take on. So I'd like to invite you to share your closing thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to start by saying what a privilege it has been to be mayor over the past 12 months, and I thank all my fellow councillors for unanimously appointing me to this role last year. Thank you also for your support in so many ways over the year. It has been an honour to represent this town and this council on so many occasions. The role of mayor is non-political civic role, acting as an ambassador for the town. I have strived to be both, and I believe that I have achieved this. I would like to express my gratitude to all those who supported my mayor's charity, Wildmar Hospice, whether it by attending my charity evening, selling raffle tickets, or helping at other events. A particular thanks must go to Weymouth Lions for their generous contribution of £500 to my Wildmar Fund from their bucket collections across the year, and to the South West Young Farmers for a similar amount. I hope to be able to announce the final figure raised at our next meeting. It has been a busy year, and in addition to attending the normal meetings as a councillor, in this role as mayor, I have totted up and I've attended some 134 engagements since taking office. To me, the greatest honour has been to raise the wreaths on behalf of the town at the various remembrance events and to take the salute at the Veterans Parade. Other events have been fun ones, such as the dinosaur race on the beach and seeing off Greg James on his amazing cycle ride. The majority of visits, however, have been to organisations, groups and businesses, where I have seen at first hand the amazing amount of work that is going on throughout our town. The commitment of hundreds of volunteers, all striving to help and support others, is something I will never forget. However, there is no I in the word team, and I realise only too well that everything I've had the pleasure of doing this year would not have happened without a great team around me. Where can I start to say thank you? Let me begin by thanking Jane, Ian and Charmaine for all their support and advice. And may I take this opportunity to wish Charmaine every happiness in her new role as Town Clerk of Dorchester Council. She will be greatly missed by us all, but our loss will be Dorchester's gain. Thank you also to Councillor Thomas Taylor for standing in for me, particularly at Louviers. Thank you to all the officers and staff right across the council for their kindness and welcome wherever I've popped up. Whether in the offices here, the beach office, the parks, etc. You have always made me so welcome, and I'm really grateful for this. There have, however, been 6 people I would like to specifically thank who have ensured that I know where I'm going, what I'm expected to do, and ensuring that things run smoothly. Firstly, Caroline from the events team. It is very reassuring at the major events to know that things have been so well planned, and although she's not here tonight, I'd like to thank her. I'd then like to express my gratitude to both Sarah and Nicola, our brilliant comms team. Their ability to get into my head with wording for the enormous amount of press releases and quotes that they have generated has been greatly appreciated. Thank you both. But where would I have been, or indeed not been, without the wonderful support and amazing hard work of Nikki? Nikki, thank you so much for all that you have done for me over the past year. Your support and advice has been second to none, and I'm truly grateful to you. Knowing that you have ensured that everything is in place at all times has made my job so much easier. Being able to rely on you has been so reassuring, whether it's at a civic event or at my charity dance. You were always on top of it. Thank you so much. And I've got a little gift for each of you, which I'll give you after the meeting. I must express my most grateful thanks now to my chaplain, Father Scott, for all that he has done in this role over the past year, not only for me personally as mayor, but for the council. He has conducted the various religious services with great dignity and sensitivity, and I thank you, Scott. Finally, I must thank my husband for all his support and encouragement throughout the year, particularly ensuring that I have arrived everywhere in good time. And if you know me personally, you will know that is not an easy task. Mr. Mayor, thank you for letting me address the council, and Mayor, I wish you and Councillor Dickinson as your deputy a successful and enjoyable year ahead, in the knowledge that there is an excellent team behind you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for the Nickinson. I've got 1 or 2 plans of my own that I'd like to just share with you very briefly. First of all, we all know that we live in a fantastic town with a fantastic seafront. But we also live in a fantastic town that has a hinterland that is also fantastic. And joining all those together to form an urban country park is one of those things that I hope I will be moving forward in my capacity as mayor. Secondly, you'll find me talking a lot about transport. I'd love to see Weymouth have a set of public electric buses that serve the population of this town as well as possible. And so you might find me taking things to council committees, try and get that moved forward as much as possible. Also, I've asked the community development officer to help make sure that I meet as many community and voluntary groups as possible through this year. They do a fantastic work. They're not all charities. They can't always therefore benefit from grants. And I'd like to try and ensure that our community and volunteers get as much publicity as Councillor Nicholson has given them in tonight's presentations, which I thought went fantastically well. And I'd like to thank you very much for putting all that together, Caroline. Those working with Rachel will make sure that we can get in touch with those people. For my charity this year, I feel I need to work for the British Heart Foundation, because I wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for the Heart Foundation. 25 years ago, or no, it's 25 years ago, I had an aortic aneurysm, which cracked a valve in my heart. And so I had to have major surgery on my heart. And that was fortunately successful, otherwise I wouldn't be here today. And I've got a 100-year guarantee on the new one. So watch out, I might be here for a long time with that 100-year guarantee. But more importantly, the other charity I want to share that money with, that I get hopefully through the year, will be with some of those community and voluntary groups so that they can do what they love to do if they just have that little bit of extra boost to their fortune. Now, before I finish and we move on to the agenda properly, I'd just like to add my thanks to Charmaine. Two ways, Charmaine. First of all, thank you for helping set up some of our major strategic plans, the Seafront Strategy just being one of them. You've overseen the Environment and Services Committee. You've maintained our youth council, and we saw that with your good communication with Beth recently tonight. You've attended hundreds of meetings. You've coped with 25 councillors, all wanting different things. The most important for me is, of course, that you're taking over Dorchester, which means that the present Dorchester clerk, who lives in Southhill, can help me with the community work that I'd like to see happening in Southhill. So thank you very much for doing that, Charmaine, as well. But more importantly, make sure you have a good time at your new post, and you certainly deserve it. Well done. Thank you. Can we give Charmaine a So now's your time today. Thank you very much if you don't see her at any committees. Anyway, well done, good luck, and let's move on with our agenda. Update from Dorset councillors. Go on. Hang on. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, are they different or are they the same? Oh, right, so they can both be Caroline. Thank you very much. These are badges for the past mayor and her consort. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, update from Dorset councillors. Have we had any requests for any updates? Councillor Ryan.
So apart from that, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Just one announcement from me, and that is probably will be my last one as a cabinet member. As I will be finishing up tomorrow and handing over that baton to Councillor Bell. But this announcement is to say that you may have seen in the press today that Kevin Hodder has been appointed the independent chair of the Pride and Place Board. And there will be a Meet the Chair event, two dates coming up, which I don't have to hand. I will make sure that they are circulated to all of you. And I know the ward councillors in Broadway and Little More and Upway would have already had that invitation.
Thank you very much. Councillor Dunn.
May I just give the benefit of the meeting and anybody who is listening, the two Meet the Independent Chair events are happening next week. One on Monday, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock at the Reynolds Community Centre on Springfield Road. And the second one at Bingham Valley Primary School, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's on Thursday of next week. Am I right on that? I think so, Peter, Louis.
Councillor O'Leary.
Yeah, that is correct. I've spoken to Mr. Harper since, he intends to get to a number of other events as well. I believe he's gonna still this Friday calling bingo from me and Pete potentially, so he is already getting out there, and I speak to me and Pete, and we're very pleased with the choice, it's the best choice.
Good. I'll thank everyone for that. Any other notes from Dorset Council? No, let's move on then. Public questions. Have we had any public questions?
We haven't, Mr. Mayor, no.
Good. Election of the leader of the council is the next item. Over to you, Jane.
I don't feel this needs an awful lot of introduction from myself, Mr. Mayor. Councillors will be aware of the role of leader and deputy leader within standing orders, and it's just to request nominations.
Can we have any nominations for the position of the Councillor Bell?
Thank you. I'm very happy, very proud to be able to nominate Councillor David Civil for the role. Clues in the name, really. He's pretty good at the councillor stuff, and he's been working very well across the parties, across the chamber here with officers, in his role as chair of F&G. He's done a fine job there since joining the council. I've absolute faith in him to carry on working in the same manner with all members, all officers in a very positive way. So I have absolute confidence nominating him to the role of leader.
Thank you, Councillor Bell. Have we a seconder for that? Councillor Berman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Boo's in the name, you took my line. But I would just like to give my thanks to David before I give the official second, that in the short time that he's been one of our colleagues' members, he's just jumped into the role, sort of feet first, and really put himself forward in terms of F&G, the seriousness of the task and the job. And it's with great pride that I've worked with him on a number of projects, and I'm really happy and excited to have David as our potential leader. So I give him my second. So.
Thank you very much, Councillor Berman. Are there any other nominations for that position? In which case, can I put to the...
No, does he accept them?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So can I ask now for council to elect their leader? And we've had the nomination of David Civil, Councillor David Civil. Can we have a vote, please? All those in favour? If I put my hand up. Thank you very much. Can I thank you for standing and being nominated and seconded and promoted to that position.
Thank you all very much.
Okay, so election of a deputy leader, no extra powers, no decision-making capacity, staff management ability or budgetary control, but it's still quite an interesting position for learning a little bit of what goes on in this council. Have we a nomination for deputy leader? Councillor.
I would like to nominate Alex Berman, and I think this has been a very long meeting, and I'm not going to flatter Alex by saying anything nice about him. I would like to nominate Alex.
We have to keep honesty.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much. Any seconder for the position? Councillor Civil has seconded. Any other nominations? Are you happy to take the position?
I am.
If you're elected.
Thank you.
Any other positions? No? Can we put that to the vote, please, that Councillor Berman is elected as deputy leader?
Is unanimous, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item 12, e-conduct documents. These are being presented to us by the chief clerk, please, Jane.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors, before you tonight in this item are the three key conduct documents, and we take the opportunity each year just to confirm the council's adoption and commitment to Code of Conduct, the Civility and Respect Pledge, and our One Weymouth policy. I'm happy to respond to any questions, but none of these documents have changed since last year when you adopted and affirmed your commitment to them at the annual meeting in May 2025. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Are there any questions? No, in which case, can I put forward the recommendation that the full council confirms adoption and commitment to all three at the same time? Code of Conduct, Appendix A, the Civility and Respect Pledge, Appendix B, and the One Weymouth policy, Appendix C. All those in favour, please show. No, I just put it as a recommendation, so we better have a nominee, somebody from the floor to nominate that. Thank you, David.
I'd like to propose the recommendation is taken
Thank you.
forward. Thank you.
Any seconder for that, please? Thank you, councillor O'Leary. Now we can put it to the vote, please. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to ask council's permission to change the order of the agenda at this point in time. We've got nominations to committees, but there are some issues that are coming out of item 17, which is the standing orders that might want to change that slightly when we get back to item 13. So I believe that Ian, Jane, if you'd like to present your report, please.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just getting the website in case we need it. So this is item 17 being brought forward. And there are a number of recommendations that have come forward from the Finance and Governance Committee, and it may be that somebody who was at that meeting would wish to speak to that. But just a reminder from me that our standing orders are based on the National Association of Local Council, now model standing orders. The type in standing orders that is in bold is a legal requirement and cannot be varied by this council. But any of the type that is not in bold is something that is within your gift to change should you wish. And apart from that, Mr Mayor, I have had nothing to add.
Thank you very much. Councillor Berman, I believe you want to have something to
Yes.
say on this.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So members will note the document that comes with our agenda today. I know there was some discussion about that document. I can assure you that that document that we have now received and that you have before you is the document that was agreed and moved by Finance and Governance, I think last month. Yeah, or month before March, perhaps. But anyway, in summary, thanks to Councillor O'Leary putting forward the suggestion, particularly around technical questions to officers before we get into members' debate. I think that was a really important one. We then just tidied up some of the language, particularly around permissions to go to a meeting and things like that. The big one in there was the executive advisory group, that being removed, and that being replaced with a chairs group that will be made up of the committee chairs, SLT, the leader, the deputy leader, and SLT as well. That's before you. I would like to propose an amendment to that document. I have sought members' opinions and support on this, so I hope it's a quick one. It's the removal of appendix item 3.1.2, and to just give you a general idea, members, it's the one that says our HR chair and our ENS chair have to be on F&G. For what reason this is there, I don't know, but I think that we have enough expertise, passion within our members cohort to be able to, if you would like to be on F&G, you should be able to be on there, and seats should not be taken up by the other big committees, because to be fair, those chairs have a lot of work to do already, and to spread the load fairly, I think it only be right that we can work within ourselves to develop an F&G that represents us all and doesn't have to have the HR and the ES chair on it. So I will be proposing the document with that amendment, please, and if I could have a seconder.
Is there anyone willing to second that proposal to Sue?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
That's what.
came to the top, yes, Helen. I'm so used to using Christian names, first names, that it makes it more difficult being in this position. Councillor O'Leary.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Can the officers please put on the board or at the area around the office of leader, please? I just want final confirmation that what is being proposed now has been changed a few times in different documents, saying that it's the correct one. Because if it is incorrect, it could leave the leader of the council in a difficult position. Not this time, but maybe in future perhaps.
Just in terms of process, an amendment is put before you, not the.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
substantive.
but really terribly sorry, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so can we come back to that?
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you, councillor.
Because it doesn't affect the amendment being proposed and seconded. Are there any issues that anybody wants to raise
A
on this?
little bit of clarity, could we just pull up 3.12 that Alex referred to? Which was in an appendix.
In the appendix.
In the appendix.
In the minutes, at the bottom, not right at the bottom.
There is,
Yeah.
312.
So that's this.
Aye.
Yeah, thank you. That confirms the second sentence, so it is unchanged. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just a point of order or clarity there.
Point of order?
Point of clarity then, councillor O'Leary. Well, I have the right to speak. There is no amendment, so councillor O'Leary's question is valid. There was no proposal put forward to be amended. What councillor Furman actually put forward was the recommendation in the paper with a further addition within his proposal. So councillor O'Leary could talk on substantive. As nobody else in debate had made a proposal yet, so therefore no amendment is valid.
Sorry, Lib Dems are all the same page.
Are you ever?
Don't worry about it.
Right.
Okay. That point having been clarified, is there any other issue wanting to be raised about this particular suggestion, proposal? And then we'll come back and look at the position of leader afterwards, councillor O'Leary. Right.
May I ask a point?
You
of
may,
clarity?
yeah.
Is that the suggestion is to delete the whole of 3.1.2?
Correct.
Thank you.
Right, give it time to change up there, has it changed? Or it's just coming? It will be deleted.
I'm unable to find the strike through at the moment, I'm afraid. Just kind of.
You're trying to blur it.
I tried putting Paddington Bear House there.
Are you happy with this amendment?
It's not an
There's no amendment.
Not amendment, yes.
With this proposal?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Okay, so we know exactly what's going to be deleted. Can I have a show of hands, please? It's been put forward by councillor Furman, it's been seconded by councillor Todd, that we remove that paragraph. And then accept what is being said. As a main item. All those in favour, please.
Sorry, can I just be clear what I'm voting on? There is no amendment yet, so we are taking a vote now. We will be taking a vote on the removal of this and all other recommendations in the paper.
So we need to know whether.
Because that's what the
Let's go
proposal,
back
so
to
if
councillor.
there's any questions from council, they're ready to be asked now.
Thank you very much. Can we please pull up the office of leader, please? Leader accountant just down, sorry. It says a bit further down. It said something along the lines of town clerk, and we did discuss it on Friday. It was written in one of the descriptions that the leader of the council would come from the largest partner.
Yeah, I think it's just up.
Yeah,
Just up.
sorry, yes, maybe
It's just above
a little
that.
bit above, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that because the issue would have been from the largest one, but you might have a support. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Yeah, happy.
Good, so there's no further amendments to the substantive motion, which we've agreed to put to the council. Can we now have a show of hands, please?
So just for clarity, this is voting that this is accepted as the new.
Yes. Yeah.
That is unanimous. Thank you.
Good. Right now, in the light of that, we can go back to item 13, the nomination committees, and we can now presumably put forward the names of those committees, or they can stand up, because I know who they are, and you can make sure you know their names. Okay. So we need to nominate a potential leader or chair of these committees who will chair the beginning of the first meeting to get elected, hopefully, or re-elected by that committee. They could obviously change their minds as a committee when they have their first meeting, but whoever is nominated here is the person who will lead the first meeting off. Okay. Look at the committees, but we get them to stand up. So can the potential Environment and Services Committee please stand?
Stephen.
Yeah, you want to see who they are first. You don't know if you want to be changing with the green.
With the changes agreed, there's no need for any chairs to stand on. Financing up.
Okay, people may have worried about it.
Okay.
Right, so, right. Have we got the full quota for this committee? Steve Dixon, is that the name for the people you've got?
Yeah, so if I can just be very clear that Environment and Services, you will be voting on the membership of that committee, and that is the list of names on the street behind me.
Right, while you're standing, can we have the nomination for the first chair of that meeting?
Sorry.
Environmental.
Just to deal with it. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Councillor Bell.
Yep.
Yes,
I would like to nominate councillor Ryan Hope to chair Environment Services.
Sorry, if I may, just on a point of clarity, Mr. Mayor, you need to vote to agree that membership before a chair can be voted on.
That's why I was paused.
okay.
So if you have a proposer and a seconder.
Can we have a proposer that this is a ridiculous request of an Environment Services Committee?
Mr. Mayor, terribly sorry, but
Sorry.
I don't believe all these committee appointments may be actually correct. I'm saying I think other members.
Well, that's why I've asked for people to stand up at this point.
Indicate that, yes, but obviously that it doesn't reflect the list, though, does it? I'm pretty sure that's not the way that they didn't believe this was the correct final.
Happy if there are amendments to be made to the Environment and Services Committee.
May I make an amendment this group with the Conservative group to remove councillor Peter Dickinson and instead replace him with councillor Caroline Dickinson, please.
We don't have to second that, surely. It's their prerogative to name them.
No, that doesn't need a vote on.
Good.
The committee membership needs a vote on before a chair can be voted on that.
Right, so.
That's Howard.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Sorry about this. So we now have the Environment Committee standing up. Can you, we could,
Proposer, seconder,
who's doing this? The council doing this or are
the whole
committees
council.
doing it?
The whole council has to agree the membership of committees, and then those committees can vote on their chair.
Alex, go on.
Mr. Mayor, may I suggest that we vote the memberships on block and then we go through the individual committees one by one to do their chairs afterwards, yeah.
Right.
That'd be an idea to save us doing double votes on everything.
Well, I was going to do this vote while people were standing up, both votes.
But we've all got to vote on ENS first, and we've all got to vote on planning, yeah.
You
Yeah.
may
So we could
take,
just all that in block.
All right, I'm happy to do that.
you may take all 5 committees together if
Yeah, we don't know who they are.
Yeah. On the screen behind you.
Screen.
Are there any changes that councillors would like to change, please, from the list on the screen?
Can I suggest for clarity and councillor Earl, just to understand that for a moment.
Councillor Earl.
Yeah, from the Green Group, we had intended that for councillor Toft to be on EMS rather than Evans.
So could you speak up? I can't hear.
Our intention as the Green Group, we only have one member to nominate between Environment and Services and Finance and Governance. Our intention was for councillor Toft to be on Environment and Services. Finance and Governance, if we can sort that out. Now, that would be helpful.
Which would mean reverting to the previous arrangement of 4 on environment and services from the Liberal Democrats, with one of those seats going to the Green, as was before, and then this going to 5 on F&G from the Liberal Democrats, which was with the previous arrangements.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Speaking on as the leader of the Liberal Democrats, can I suggest that we leave it as it is this evening, councillor Earl? And I'm happy to talk to you after this meeting, and then Helen will be able to sub for the person that's coming off. And we'll work it that way and then bring the corrected list back to the council at the next council for the formal group.
So, are you happy with that?
Just waiting.
Is that just reason that the Lib Dems haven't got a person ready to go in the slot?
It saves me having to canvass the members here this evening and try and move people around.
Okay.
So we can do it via substitutions and let the town clerk know the formal appointment and then rectify that at the next week council.
Okay. Any other changes needing to be made to the teams that are on the board?
Bill Wilkinson. I don't want to make a change, but can we confirm it doesn't come to more than 40 and that the representation of the various parties is in the correct numbers? Yes.
Councillor Hove.
Can I also, in light of the resolution on agenda item 17, please can I remove councillor Ryan Hope from Finance and Governance and replace him with councillor Simon Clifford?
Okay. Any other changes required at this point in time? Right, so can I please put to the council, recommend to the council that we agree those names to be the members of each of the committees that are on the board? Yeah, I'm proposing. Do we accept it? Are there anybody willing to second it? Councillor Furman seconding that. Put it to the vote. All those in favour?
That is unanimous.
Good, good,
Thank
good.
you.
Right, now, can we have the Environment Committees and Services Committee standing up, please? And can we have a nomination from councillor Bell?
I'd like to nominate councillor Ryan Hope, position of Chair of Environment Services.
Is there a seconder for that? Councillor Taylor is seconding that. Are there any other nominations for chair? Can we have a vote of the committee, please, as to whether they accept councillor Ryan Hope as the chair?
That is unanimous.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Planning and Licensing Committee, please stand. There'll be a proposal for the chair of this committee from those that are standing. Councillors.
Proposed councillor Earl.
Councillor Earl. Is there a seconder for councillor Earl? Yes. Councillor Taylor. Are you happy to stand as chair?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Can we put that to the vote then, please? All those in favour?
That is.
Thank you very much. HR committee, please stand. Right, can we have any nominations for chair of this committee, please?
As outgoing chair, I would like to nominate councillor Helen Toft.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to second councillor Helen Toft as a member of that committee.
Sure.
Are there any other nominations for chair of HR? Can we please put that to the vote then, please? Oh, can I have a seconder for that? We had.
You seconded.
Yeah, you should.
I seconded. All those in favour?
That's unanimous, Chair.
Thank you very much indeed. And the appeals committee. Can they please stand? Is there anyone wanting to nominate anyone for the position of chair of this committee? Doesn't meet very often, but we need to have a chair in waiting.
If the appeals committee stands, it can elect a chair from its number at.
Because the appeals committee will be called by the council anyway, so it doesn't need a chair to make the call. Are you happy with that decision? Thank you very much indeed. Now, we don't have to worry about anyone moving on to the finance other than the arrangement made between councillor Hope and councillor Arell. So can the finance and governance committee please stand? And are there any nominations for chair of this committee? Councillor Sybil.
As outgoing chair, could I nominate councillor David North?
Thank you very much. Any really seconding that? Councillor Furman? So we have are you willing to stand?
I am.
Thank you very much. Can we put that to the vote, please? All those in favour of councillor Northern being chair of the Finance and Governance Committee?
6 in favour.
All those against?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I duly announce you elected. So as we said, those will be confirmed at the first meetings and you will be electing a deputy chair at those first meetings. Good. Thank you very much. Now we have nominations to outside bodies, item 14 on the agenda. Jane, I believe you're.
Each year, the council is asked to nominate representatives to outside bodies. And the list that I have been notified of is up on the screen behind me. Happy to respond to any questions, and if members wish to change those, that can be done prior to the vote.
Are there any questions about those positions or any changes that people want to make? Anybody wants to step down from positions they find themselves in? Councillor Hug.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam, sorry. Mr. Mayor, take me a while to get used to that 12 months. I would like to propose that Councillor David Sybil as our new leader of the council, replace Councillor Harris as the appointment for the APTC.
Second that. Any other suggestions? Can we put that, we probably need to pass that, do we need to, think, or is it the voluntary thing anyway?
No, so the recommendation is that council agrees the nominations as detailed in the paper with that amendment.
Councillor Weller.
In the same vein, it's probably better if the deputy leader takes my place on that as well. So you've got the leader and the deputy leader as the representatives on the APTC.
Thank you. That's a proposal from councillor Weller. That's seconded.
Second.
Yes, it's seconded by councillor Leary. So we've had 2 changes suggested so far.
Change.
And they changed up above?
Yes.
Okay, so with the list that's now above there, can we vote on the list in its entirety?
I think.
Councillor Hope?
Sorry, Mr. Mayor. Point J is the JRE Charity Trust Board, and I noticed there is a vacancy for a member in White North. I'm just wondering whether White North Council wants to take that
and prompt that. I'm just reconsidering your opening of support about trying to be a council that supports our community, and we've got a trust that is looking for a trustee.
Councillor Weller,
I understood, I was the other trustee on the Johnson and Rebecca Edwards. I know I should have picked that up sooner, councillor Hope, I think. But, White North is, my ward, and I thought that I was the other, trustee. Certainly I have, been speaking to the secretary of the trust recently.
okay, good. So you're happy for your name to be?
Yes.
I'll second that then, doesn't that, you propose it? Any other changes needed to be made before we take a vote on the whole list? Would anybody like to suggest that we take the whole list as a whole? Whole block, Councillor Northam? Anybody seconding that? Councillor Clifford, can I put that to the vote then, please? Take the list as it stands on the screen.
That is unanimous.
Thank you very much. Item 15, confirmation of working groups. It's still over to you, Jane.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is just to confirm the council's working groups. It's a snapshot that we take each May, just to confirm, and it does not preclude you as a council or as committees amending, changing, bringing in new working groups, closing working groups, changing them throughout the year. This is just provides an annual snapshot, so you are updated on the position as it stands at the moment. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor O'Leary.
Yes, thank you very much. Can I request that my name be removed from the climate and ecological emergencies working group, please? I thought I did that in email last year, but my mistake, so I apologise.
Okay, any other changes to that list? Councillor
Yeah,
Dow?
I also came off the CV last year.
Thank you. Anywhere, Councillor Clifford?
Yeah, on asset working group, I was blissfully unaware that I was on it. And as I've never been, then I'm happy not to be on this.
Okay. So you're taking.
Apologies if I missed any important meeting.
Councillor Sid.
Thank you. Bearing in mind discussions in other councils over the last week, does the council have a position on a working group around flying objects, be they identified?
You read that, eh?
And read. Actually, on second thoughts, I'll strike that. I don't need to change that word.
So you're not proposing we set up such a group?
No, I think that would be a ridiculous waste of our limited funds.
Okay, good. Any other changes to the lists up there that people would like to make at this point in time? As the.
Chairman.
Oh, Councillor Taylor.
Whether it be possible for myself to go onto the asset working group, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Might be taking lots of assets. How much is being given to us by Dorset Council very generously? Okay, now, what's the recommendation? Just to note that, so that approves as they start this present council year. Thank you. Councillor liaison roles, item 60. Jane, you're the author of this one as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the council currently has 2 liaison roles: Armed Forces Covenant Liaison, Councillor Joanna Dickinson; Rights of Way Liaison, Councillor Tim Young. I have been notified that Councillor Tim Young no longer wishes to carry out that role of Rights of Way Liaison, so that remains vacant. As a reminder, Mr. Mayor, this is a position that Dorset Council offer a liaison post to all parish and town councils if anybody wishes to take that up. And it's also suggested that the council agrees 3 councillors to act as the official representatives to the youth council, noting how important these roles are in safeguarding the young people that come along and providing that permanent link with the youth council to build that working relationship between the youth council and the council. It doesn't preclude any other members attending the youth council if that's pre-arranged. But having 3 nominated councillors will really support the work of the youth council and ensure that they are recognised as the important facet of the town council that they are, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Northern.
I previously served as the Rights of Way liaison. I'm happy to be on the list and advise anybody who has any matters with that and put them in touch with the right people in Dorset Council. And also when Dorset Council run a Rights of Way initiative to convey that to the council here.
Thank you very much.
Council members.
Anybody volunteering to liaise with the youth council? And be named on the list? Councillor O'Leary?
No, you're going to nominate me, but I don't require a nomination.
No. So you're volunteering?
Yeah.
Anybody else volunteering?
I'm happy to.
Councillor Hamworth? Good. Anybody else?
Harmsworth.
Harmsworth, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there you go.
Yes, nobody at this point in time, because I've had an interest in being part of that. I'm happy to stay in that position.
Okay.
Councillor
I'm,
Happy to have
it's
your
a
name
bit of
on.
an anachronism, but I'm very happy to, to do so.
So you should be. Okay, change the weather.
So that's
Really,
four.
no, I'll drop off and just drop in when as and when. Might like to have chat for them. Okay, any other changes to that list being suggested? That's another list to note. We've got.
I would, if there could be, a vote
Vote on these.
please.
Yeah.
So propose a secondary and a vote, please. Yeah.
You sure you want to do that?
I do.
Right.
Happy to propose that.
So happy to propose that, Ken Dickinson's happy to second it. Can we now vote on all 3 items at once?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
We've got 2 people missing.
Yes, so there is 1 person still to vote.
Right, anybody abstaining?
1 abstention.
Anybody voting again? Good.
So that is carried, Mr. Mayor.
Right, standing orders update, we've done 17, so that's a long one, and that's good. Rushing through it, okay, so. Financial regulations. Mr. Milne.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very brief on this one. There is some very minor amendments being proposed for the financial regulations. This is on the back of some recommendations from the internal auditor, just to reflect the practices which we undertake. It was considered at the Finance and Governance Committee last week and approved there. So we're just asking that those amendments be noted and be adopted.
Any questions? Mr. Milne?
Yeah, I shall propose it as a outgoing future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Any secondary proposal?
I'll second it.
Councillor Dickinson seconding it. All those in favour? You show.
That is unanimous. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Item 19, external audit. Conflicts of interest. Mr. Milne again.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Again, very briefly, we are required by our external auditor to bring this before you every year. It's just to confirm that there's no conflict of interest between ourselves and our external auditor. An example of that would be if we commission them to do some work on our behalf, and then they came in and audited our work, they've almost been auditing themselves, but we haven't got any conflict with the mayor, and that's something we can get before signing the readings to that effect.
Okay, thank you very much. The recommendations before us are on page 12. Anybody like to nominate those? Councillor Clifford. And Councillor Sybil's prepared to second it. All those in favour of the recommendations on page 12?
That is unanimous, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Everything else on item 20 are information items. Are there any questions on any of those information items that people would like any clarity on? Can we take them as read? Yes. On page 13, if you remember, the clerk has actually asked for the carers allowance, because we lost a good councillor once because of that lack of care allowance that she would have been eligible for. And at the same time, Dorset Council and the larger councils can pay a carers allowance, whereas a town council cannot pay a carers allowance. Wanted to say something.
I did, please, if I may, Mr. Mayor, thank you for bringing it up, Town Clerk. I was really disappointed by the response that we had from the government minister. And I would like to suggest and hope that fellow councillors would agree that through our representatives on DPATC and yourself, we garner more support countrywide, really, to pursue this, because I don't think we've got any particularly mothers or fathers of particularly young children at the moment, but we may have people with dependent older, in an older caring role, and caring is expensive. If we have to pay for that, it seriously disadvantages anyone in a caring role for taking up these public offices, which are so important. And to suggest that it's important to pay a caring role, caring allowance at higher authority, but not at this level, I think is really quite insulting. So I would say if I have support from other members, I would really like us to do that. I would also suggest that those of us who are higher authority members and receive, by paper or digitally, the first magazine, we write to that and we get support from our higher administrations, our higher authorities, to lend their support to the towns and parishes, because we exhort people to stand and then we disadvantage them when they do so. We make it a monetary penalty upon them. So I won't labour that now, but I would really like us as a council to be doing something of that sort.
Thank you very much. Councillor Taylor.
I just wanted to clarify, I'll totally support you there. And just for information and the public, it actually costs me to be a member of this council because my carers costs far exceed what we paid for as a council within this. So I think this is particularly important. When I'm a member of Dorset Council, I get paid for carers allowance and not for this council.
Thank you very much, Councillor Taylor. Councillor Clifford.
Yeah, I'd just like to back both sides of this room. It's beyond insulting. It's absolute disgrace. And as we just heard, people have to pay, and they're paying more than they get as a stipend to represent their community. It's just disgraceful. So I think, yes, I would be very happy to support Councillor Weller and start to work on Dorset Association of Local Councils and start to get some lobbying going. But I would like to the mayor to write to the National Association of Local Councils and ask why they didn't support it. And that would be the basis then for trying to change minds.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we're happy to do that. We might also want to try and get some local publicity through our communications team as well, with some of the issues that this really. But thank you for supporting Kate and what you were saying there. And I can reassure you that the Town Clerk and I have already been thinking about route to approach and how to get the message back on the table. Okay, there's no other business. I'm going to declare this meeting closed. Take the time and. Oh,